In 2008, in Hove, England, a young woman named Charmaine de Rosario Saich reported an extraordinary and terrifying experience. She claimed that while sleeping, she awoke in the middle of the night to find a reptilian humanoid figure standing over her. According to Charmaine, the being led her to an underground cave where a group of reptilian entities surrounded her. Each placed a hand upon her body, and she described feeling herself gradually transformed. Her human skin shifted into scales, her form changed, and she even noticed the growth of a tail. This bizarre transformation, though frightening, was described by her as both surreal and strangely awe-inspiring. Charmaine further asserted that the reptilians revealed to her the truth about humanity's origins. She was told that humans are not purely the product of natural evolution, but instead the result of repeated genetic interventions by extraterrestrials. Different alien races, she claimed, have visited Earth throughout history and manipulated the DNA of selected groups of people. This ongoing genetic experimentation, she suggested, explains why some individuals or populations might carry stronger traces of alien influence than others. Researchers and ancient astronaut theorists have connected such stories to broader ideas about conflicts between extraterrestrial intelligences. These supposed territorial disputes involve not just planets and resources, but also the populations they create or manipulate. If true, Charmaine's account would not only challenge the accepted narrative of human evolution, but also point to the possibility that humanity itself may be part of a much larger cosmic struggle. In 2010, groundbreaking research from the Max Planck Institute for Evolutionary Anthropology in Leipzig, Germany, challenged conventional views of human evolution. Led by biologist Svante Pääbo, scientists discovered that early humans not only coexisted with other primitive hominids, but also interbred with them. This revelation indicated that our genetic history is far more complex than the linear progression once believed. Even more astonishing was the evidence of an unidentified mystery species within human DNA, hinting at influences that science cannot yet fully explain. Anthropologist Dr. John Hawks of the University of Wisconsin analyzed DNA samples from different historical periods. He found that if you compare the genetic material of someone from 3000 BC with a person alive today, there is a 7% difference. Even more remarkable, Hawks concluded that in just the past 5,000 years, human DNA has evolved at a rate 100 times faster than any previous period. Such a rapid transformation raises profound questions. Could natural selection alone account for this acceleration? Or might another factor, possibly extraterrestrial intervention, have played a role? Ancient astronaut theorists suggest that alien-human interbreeding may explain these monumental genetic shifts. They point to myths and legends across cultures that describe gods, supernatural beings, or otherworldly visitors mating with humans. From Mesopotamian tales of gods creating hybrids, to European folklore of fairies, to global traditions of demons or spirits engaging with humans, these stories reflect a consistent theme. Advocates argue these are not mere symbolic tales, but encoded memories of encounters with advanced extraterrestrial beings. Supporting this perspective, researcher David Wilcock emphasizes that accounts of human extraterrestrial unions are too widespread and detailed to dismiss as coincidence, myth, or fantasy. They span continents and epochs, suggesting a global phenomenon. The question remains, did extraterrestrial beings directly alter the trajectory of human evolution by merging their genetic material with ours? If so, this would mean humanity is not solely the product of Earth's evolutionary process, but a blend of terrestrial and cosmic heritage. Such an idea, though controversial, forces us to reconsider the true origins of our species and the possibility that our evolutionary journey was deliberately guided by intelligences from beyond this world. In July 1992, in Sydney, Australia, a man named Peter Khoury had an unsettling encounter that would later spark one of the most intriguing cases in alleged alien abduction research. Khoury reported waking in the middle of the night, fully conscious but paralyzed, with a heavy pressure pinning him down. As his eyes adjusted to the darkness, he saw two strange women in his room. One was a tall, pale blonde female with unnaturally large eyes, high cheekbones, and a narrow chin. The other, standing quietly at the side of his bed, appeared Asian in appearance. The blonde woman straddled Khoury, touching her stomach and then pointing upward toward the sky, as if to signal some larger connection. Then, just as suddenly as they had appeared, both women vanished. What made this event particularly compelling was the physical evidence left behind. Curie discovered a single strand of the blonde woman's hair, which he carefully preserved. Determined to find answers, Curie submitted the hair for analysis at an independent genealogy laboratory. Biochemist Horace Drew conducted the DNA testing and made a startling discovery. Unlike normal human hair, which appears yellow, brown, or black, this strand was optically clear, resembling nylon fishing line, something not found in human biology. Furthermore, most human hair contains only one type of DNA, but this sample displayed two distinct lineages. One segment matched a rare Chinese genetic marker found in only about 1% of the population, while another segment corresponded to Celtic DNA, typically associated with light-skinned, blue-eyed individuals. The combination was highly unusual and virtually impossible to explain as contamination or coincidence. Although a single strand of hair cannot definitively prove extraterrestrial origin, the findings suggested genetic characteristics not normally found together in human DNA. For ancient astronaut theorists, the Curie case provides tangible evidence supporting claims of alien-human hybridization. They argue that this anomaly reflects centuries, if not millennia, of genetic experimentation carried out by extraterrestrial beings. While skeptics dismiss the story as fantasy, the DNA results remain unexplained, raising provocative questions about humanity's true genetic heritage and whether encounters like Curie's point to a hidden history of interbreeding with visitors from beyond Earth. In May 2013, an astonishing claim emerged from Almaty, Kazakhstan. Mathematician Vladimir Shcherbak and astrobiologist Maxim Makukov published a study suggesting that the human genome contains more than just biological information. It may hide an intentional code. Their research revealed sequences with precise mathematical patterns and what appeared to be a symbolic language embedded within our DNA. The odds of such structured repetition occurring naturally, they argued, were astronomically low, estimated at 1 in 10 trillion. To ancient astronaut theorists, this discovery echoed a long-held belief that the ultimate evidence for extraterrestrial involvement in humanity's past would not be found in a crashed spaceship or a mysterious artifact, but within our very genetic blueprint. According to their interpretation, the unusual patterns function as an extraterrestrial stamp, a kind of signature left behind by advanced beings who deliberately altered human DNA in the distant past. The theory suggests that extraterrestrials may have targeted specific segments of human DNA, introducing artificial mutations that accelerated intelligence and consciousness. If true, humans could be considered a form of organic robots, programmed through genetic engineering to develop advanced capabilities. This provocative idea connects directly to modern debates on artificial intelligence. Just as extraterrestrials may have programmed humanity millennia ago, humans today are creating robotic beings and AI systems in their own image, continuing a cycle of programming and creation. Supporters argue that this connection explains why humans feel a natural drive to merge with machines or enhance themselves cybernetically. It reflects a deep genetic memory of our origins as engineered beings. Critics, however, warn that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and one study cannot conclusively prove alien manipulation. Nonetheless, for proponents of the ancient astronaut theory, the Kazakhstan research is a milestone. It suggests that humanity's very essence, our DNA, carries deliberate design, pointing to an advanced intelligence far beyond Earth. Whether interpreted as divine, extraterrestrial, or symbolic, the findings challenge conventional science and invite us to reconsider what it truly means to be human, and whether our creation was guided by forces from the stars. One of the most intriguing areas of evidence often cited by ancient astronaut theorists involves unusual skulls discovered in Mesopotamia, Egypt, and Peru. In 1927, British archaeologist Leonard Woolley uncovered the remains of Queen Puabi in the ancient Sumerian city of Ur. Reports described her skull as unusually large and elongated, resembling the cone-headed depictions of the Anunnaki gods. To many researchers, this suggested she might have been a human extraterrestrial hybrid, or at least carried genetic markers linking her to the so-called sky gods. Genetic analysis of her remains has been proposed to determine whether her DNA carries anomalies consistent with non-human origins. Similar mysteries emerged on the southern coast of Peru, where archaeologist Julio Tello discovered a massive burial site of the Paracas culture dating back to 800–100 BC. Inside the tombs were numerous mummy bundles, containing individuals with elongated skulls. While mainstream archaeology attributes these shapes to cranial deformation practices, binding infants' heads with cloth or wood, some skulls defy this explanation. About 5% of the specimens display anatomical features not replicable through artificial binding, including larger cranial capacities, robust jaws, and enlarged eye sockets. One skull, known as Paracas skull 44, weighed 25% more than an average human skull and lacked a sagittal suture, a feature present in all normal human skulls. DNA testing in 2014 produced startling results. Certain genetic markers did not match any known human or hominid lineage. Researchers suggested that the Paracas individuals could represent an ancient bloodline closely related to Homo sapiens but not entirely human. For theorists, these findings support the idea that ancient humans may have lived alongside extraterrestrial visitors, or even descendants of them. The practice of head binding itself, they argue, may have been an attempt by ordinary humans to imitate the appearance of these revered beings. Skeptics maintain that cultural and symbolic motivations explain cranial elongation, but the DNA anomalies continue to fuel debate. Whether evidence of alien hybrids or misunderstood cultural practices, the elongated skulls of Mesopotamia and Paracas remain a compelling enigma. They raise the possibility that humanity's distant past may include direct interaction, and even interbreeding, with beings not of this earth. Among the most enduring mysteries linked to ancient astronaut theories are the crystal skulls. Found in various parts of the world, these carved quartz artifacts have fascinated researchers, collectors, and spiritual seekers for centuries. Legends claim that there are 13 authentic skulls, each believed to contain profound knowledge or even supernatural power. According to native traditions, when brought together, these skulls could prevent catastrophe or reveal hidden wisdom crucial for humanity's survival. Mainstream archaeologists argue that most crystal skulls are modern forgeries, pointing to tool marks consistent with contemporary carving techniques. Since quartz cannot be carbon dated, establishing their true age remains difficult. Museums in London and Paris once displayed skulls as genuine Mesoamerican relics, but later analyses cast doubt on their authenticity. Still, many researchers and enthusiasts insist that some skulls display qualities too advanced for pre-Columbian artisans, hinting at either lost technologies or non-human origins. Supporters point to the properties of quartz itself. Quartz is highly durable, capable of storing information, and is widely used in modern electronics. In 2012, Hitachi engineers demonstrated that quartz glass could store data for millions of years, reinforcing the idea that ancient skulls may have functioned as information storage devices. If so, the mystery lies not in their creation, but in how to access whatever data they might contain. Ancient astronaut theorists suggest that the skulls may represent remnants of extraterrestrial technology, left as a legacy for future generations to decode. Some believe the skulls act as conduits of energy or communication tools, enabling contact with other realms. Stories from Native American tribes speak of skulls left behind by ancient teachers or star beings. To theorists, this aligns with broader narratives of extraterrestrials influencing human civilization and leaving symbolic or technological artifacts as markers of their presence. Though skeptics dismiss the skulls as elaborate hoaxes or products of human imagination, the legends persist. Whether ancient artifacts, cultural symbols, or alien devices, crystal skulls continue to intrigue because they suggest that humanity's ancestors may have understood quartz not merely as a mineral, but as a medium for power, memory, and possibly interstellar connection.